Now look here. Theory of moral development. If somebody will be asking you about theory of moral development, what answers we can be giving for this? So if somebody will be asking you about moral development, what answers? Okay, no problem. We will be going like that. Internet condition is not good, so I need to cover it up. You are there live means it's okay. Now look here. Now, various psychologists have presented moral development in their own way. Martin Hoffman and Jonathan has described that moral development depend on emotions. So definitely, how much emotions will be there, accordingly, moral development is exactly there. So emotional connections and moral development, definitely there will be some connectivity generated to them. So now other social psychologists that believe that emotions are the basis of morality. If you have emotions about something means you will definitely be able to present it in a very nice way. If you don't have emotion means you will not be able to understand the situation properly. You will be definitely thinking everything as a biased way. So the condition, the sustainability will not come. So that's the most important thing. So emotion is one of the most important thing when you will be presenting development. So now we're going to understand. Thousand years before, moral emotions were identified in environment. So we have already discussed about this ancestral environment, and we have discussed about many factors. The founder of what you call psychognosis, Sigmund. I think we have finished this one, Maruchi. You check if you can be able. So, Cook theory of moral judgment also we have done. After this, the 6 point stages also we have done. That is pre-conventional, like stage one. Like when you will be discussing about first factor, the first factor that is coming in life is the first factor is pre-conventional, means obedience and punishment, individualism. So when obedience is one of the major factors, means when you will be discussing about one or two factors like Kohlberg classified this and Kohlberg was able to understand and generalize it. Obedience means when somebody is telling you something, you are obeying the rules and regulation. And if you are not able to obey the rules and regulation, then punishment is one of the part which you are getting it. That's as a punishment section. Okay, so that is coming as a punishment part. Yes, that's what Ruchi. So that Kohlberg theory I am just now discussing. Okay, so second one is instrumentalism and exchange. See, you need to understand that when you become puppet of someone, like they are telling you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. So most of the time you are doing what they are telling you. You are not using your own what you call thing. So like and when you are doing some work, you will be exactly marked as a good boy or a good girl. Understood? And when you will not be going by rules and regulation means you will be judged as a bad person. So that's something which is exactly one part. So that's instrumentalism and exchange. Here it is conventional. Second is law and order. Means some laws and orders have been given to you and you are subjected to follow that law and order. If you will not be following the law and order, then again you will become the what you call, you will not be considered as the person who is having moral values. Okay, now social contract. Now in social means if anybody is coming in your house, you have to give respect, you have to do this, you have to do that. So that's again coming as one of the most important factors, which is exactly has to generalize your manners. Manners means what things, what morality you are having, and how you are exactly presenting yourself. And principle conscience. So when you will be asking you do this, do that work. So that will become the principle. Like if somebody is coming in your house, you need to give one glass of water and you need to talk humbly. So these are something rules and regulation you are abided by. That's one factor. Now, Kohlberg based this theory on research and a series of moral dilemmas that is guided these participants, and they were also interviewed to determine reasoning behind their judgment of each scenario. For example, hen steals the drug. In Europe, a woman was near death of a special kind of cancer. There was one drug that the doctor thought might save her. The drug was expensive to make, but the druggist was charging 10 times what her drug cost him to make. The sick woman's husband, hence, was not able to purchase that drug, so hence, not this whatever, hence got desperate and broke the store and steal for saving the money. So, is the husband, whatever the husband has done, is good or bad? According to you, means many people they will be exactly they'll have to answer this question. The children had to answer the question that ki, what hence has done was good or bad. Okay, so definitely some people might have some see those children who don't have the value of money, they might be saying that he did wrong because their family they might have taught this part. So what the convention, what the information they have gathered from their surrounding, what they are knowing, accordingly they will be giving an answer. So that comes under that moral part only. I hope you might have understood this one. So Paul interested so much in the answer of the question of whether hens was right or wrong, but in the reasoning for each participant decision. The responses were then classified into various stages of reasoning. In his theory of moral development, definitely this is he was not interested to know that the husband has done correct or wrong. To save wife, he stole, he broke the store and took the medicine because he has only one thing, and that is to save his wife from cancer because she was suffering from cancer and he has to save her. So definitely, when someone loves someone unconditional, so they will definitely be coming as a savior. So that's one thing which is coming under morality, and it is, yeah, the husband did right only. Yes, so this is exactly according to you. You have exactly perceived like that a husband. There may be some other reasons why the husband is not having money. Was he not working? Okay, what was the economical status? What is the economical situation? So why he has not supported? So many questions comes one after the other, where the answer has to be given according to the content. So these things are very much needed. So you need to understand. Yes, that time he was not in that situation, and he was exactly in that intention to save his wife. That time his only one basic intention was to save his wife. Okay, so what reasons the public, what reasons the student has given, that became the reasons. Okay, so pre-conventional morality. What is the meaning of pre-conventional morality? Obedience and punishment. So definitely, so pre-conventional morality means either hi Trisha. So here either the answer can be yes or answer can be no. Okay, that means what the husband has done was wrong or right. So only one thing can be judged. So obedience and punishment. So moral development can judge for two things for young children, like who can be capable of experiencing, they will be exactly answering the question in two stages, either it is good or bad. It is obedience and punishment. So is the stage reaching the stage of obedience or the stage reaching the stage of disrespect? So only these two situations was exactly followed. So obeying the rules is important because it is means to avoid punishment. That's what the small children will be exactly understanding only one thing, that is either see if you are following the rule, that means you are obedient child. If you are not following the rule means you are subjected to punishment. In between there is no stage there. Understood? So either punishment or you will get a reward. So here what the husband did is to save his wife life. He did this out of love. Understood? Out of love He broke all the government rules. He broke all the rules to save her. He broke the shop and he took the medicine just to save her. But this is considered as a crime for law. Understood? Because the law is equal for everyone. So if that husband can broke it, then other people can also come and broke it, because other people also will have some terms and condition. They will also be saying that my situation was also like that, so I can also break it. So definitely the law will be broken. So that's not acceptable. Understood? Now, second stage is individualism and exchange. So, at this stage of moral development, children account for individual point of view and judge. So, first one, the children can be exactly encountering only one thing. If you will do some work according to the rules and regulation, you will be considered as obedient. If you will be not doing it, you are subjected for punishment. This is the only thing. Now, the second one. So individual and exchange. So individualism and exchange. So in this stage, what we can think about at this stage of moral development, children account for individual points. Understood? Individual point of view and judge action based on how they serve individual needs. In Hens dilemma, children argued that the best course of action was choice that best served Hens needs. So that is reciprocity is possible at that point in the moral development, but only if it serves one's own interest. So that's what now. So here the major factor was saving one's life. So here the major factor was saving one's life. So for saving crime also means it is not wrong. If you are doing any crime also, you are not wrong, because you are saving someone's life. So the husband did correct only, because the husband has to save the life. So husband has did correct only. So that is called as convention. See, that is exactly interest part. So individualism and exchange. So all the people cannot be thinking like that. Since the husband has done that part, so they will be exactly telling that okay, this was the correct decision. So the group got divided into two parts, where the individualism section and section has exactly explained this part individually. The children were interested to know that, the children were interested to explain that what he did was how it was going to impact and how it has impacted their dilemma. So many things will be there. We have to understand that. So if the husband might have not broken the store and took the medicine, his wife might have died. So whatever he did out of love. So that situation was taken by some people as positive and some people as negative. So what is conventional morality? So here, interpersonal relationship, often referred to as good boy or bad boy. Yes, so that's what now. So people can be considered as a good person or a bad person. A good person or a bad person. So some people, if you will do good for them, they will consider you as a good person. If you will say something which is not acceptable by them, you will become a bad person. So that's exactly conventional morality. Conventional morality works for good person and a bad person. Okay. So now there is an emphasis on conformity, being nice, and consideration of how choice influence relationships. Yes, now whatever you will do, people will judge you by your work. You may be doing good work also, and people will judge you as bad because it is not serving their morality, it is not serving their interest. Like a person asked you some favor, okay, now you went out of the boundary to protect that person. Like you are a doctor and the person came to you and that person told that save me. That's the only thing the patient can come and say to a doctor, because the patient is having faith on that doctor. But instead of that, the doctor gave some medicine which is exactly not going to suit her. So definitely the patient, either the doctor is good or bad, the doctor got a tag is not a nice doctor. Correct? No? Maybe the doctor has saved many people's life, but in that situation, the doctor was not sure enough to save her. So definitely the doctor will not be considered as a good one, because he has not served that purpose of saving that patient. Understood? So no matter how much good person you are, if you can't relate an incident and you cannot show emotions to those people who are emotionally needing you, then you will not be considered as a good boy or a bad boy. Understood? You will not be considered as a nice person. So that's what. So children in this stage, the conventional morality will be exactly dealing with either good or bad. So moral development means exactly social expectation. If you are feeling, then you are exactly going to be a good person. But if you are unable to fulfill that social society norms and condition, or there's just like one example of doctor I have given, that means you will not be considered as a good person. Because you are a good person. Every human individual is a good person. But as you are not serving the need, as you are not serving the situation, then you may be bad for some people. Are you understanding this? So now stage 4, maintaining social order. That's most important. Okay. So you need to maintain social order. So social order maintenance is one of the most important things. Like if somebody will be asking you this, social order at this stage will be moral development. So people being to consider society as a whole when making judgment. Okay. So the focus is on maintaining law and order by following the rules. Understood? So social order maintenance means when you maintain the terms and conditions. When you are exactly judging the things, when judging the things point of view is coming, that time your whole judgment should be according to the society terms and conditions. So if you are doing all decision according to, so the thing here is whatever work we are doing. So the focus is on maintaining law and order by following the rules, doing one's duty, and respecting authority. So these are some things which is very very important. Okay. So now post conditional morality. So if somebody will be asking you this one, how it is exactly going to sound. So social contract and individual right. So if somebody will be exactly this section you need to understand post conventional morality. Once you've understood that, you okay fine, this work you have to do, this work you have to not to do. So this is your terms and condition. This you have to follow. That you have to follow. If that things you are doing and you are fulfilling the society terms and condition and norms, you will be considered as a good person. After that, social contract and individual rights. Okay, fine. Society is giving you this. Yes. Hi. Okay, so hi Himanshu. I don't know, some network issue is there, Himanshu. Some problems are there, so I need to check. Tomorrow I'll be calling that network person, BSNL person. BSNL के नाम में भाई साहब नहीं लगेगा. Conventional morality means the thing which will be followed, okay, by convention. It is not means what rules and regulation you are following from one to other without knowing that it is good or bad. That comes under conditional morality. Understood now? Sorry, conventional morality means if it is good also, if it is bad also, but we don't know. But we are actually following it. We are actually following it, so that comes under conventional morality. Like certain ethics, certain rules and regulation the society has made, that will come under conventional morality. Okay, that will come under conventional morality. From the beginning itself, you will be tagged as either a good person or a bad person or this or that. So 100% once you will start following that, so it will be exactly coming under conventional morality. I hope you might have understood this now. So post-conventional morality. If somebody will be asking, post-conventional morality means first stage is pre-conventional. Na? Pre-conventional means where you will be conventional morality means where whenever you are doing any good work or bad work, you will be either considered as a good boy or a bad boy, or a good girl or a bad girl. Means people or the society will be knowing you by only these two terms, either good or bad. No matter you are good or not, but you will be judged by this criteria, good or bad. Okay, so that's convention now. This convention, you nowadays this convention is going to be followed or not. That's not the rule. This is to be followed or not. Nobody knows. But according to the convention, it is coming. So we have to follow it. Okay. So one rule was there, Sati Pratha. Sati Pratha was what? When if a husband is dying, the female also have to burn with husband. Highest thing. Now, if a husband is and in that time ritual was husband cannot be left alone. If wife is dying, then again the husband has to remarry. So if a husband is of 80 years and wife is 20 years, so it was a tradition like if a husband is dying, going, so at the time of journey he should not be alone, he should go with that wife. So the ladies used to be burned along with husband. No matter she is alive or dead, she was supposed to be burned. So that was a convention. That was a convention, that was a rule. Okay. That was a rule made by the people. Either you have to either you have to follow it or not follow it. So that's convention. I hope you might have understood. So rule बना दिया, अब वो रूल को फॉलो करना है. अब तुमको अच्छा लगे ना लगे, तुमको वो सूट करे ना करे, तुमको वो कन्वेंशनल रूल को फॉलो करना है. तो अगर तुम कर रहे हो तो तुम एक अच्छे बच्चे हो, अगर नहीं कर रहे हो तो तुम बुरे हो गए. तो अगर तुम फॉलो कर रहे हो तो तुम एक बहुत अच्छे इंसान हो गए, और अगर तुम फॉलो नहीं कर पा रहे हो तो गलत हो गए. तो अगर किसी लेडीज ने कह दिया कि भाई मुझे नहीं मरना है अपने हस्बैंड के साथ, इसको जाने दो, तो तुम बुरे हो गए, तुमको जबरदस्ती उठा के डाल दिया जाएगा वहाँ पे. तो दैट्स कन्वेंशन. ओके. सो अगर आपको पहले ये रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन, तब तुमको जो सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स है, इंडिविजुअल राइट्स है, उसको पता करना पड़ेगा और उसको तुमको सोसाइटी में फॉलो करना पड़ेगा. जैसे पीपल बिगिन टू अकाउंट इन डिफरिंग वैल्यूज, ओपिनियंस एंड बिलीव्स फॉर अदर पीपल. रूल्स एंड लॉज आर इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर मेंटेनिंग अ सोसाइटी. सो ये रूल बन गया ना, सती प्रथा का रूल बन गया. तो अब वो सती प्रथा का रूल बन गया, तो वो सोसाइटी में हो ना हो वो बनता चला जाएगा. ऐसा मतलब है कि हर एक वीक एक बकरा उठा करके आग में डालना है, ये रूल हो गया. क्योंकि इस रूल की वजह से कुछ लोगों का जान बच रहा है, तो बकरा का तो बलि पड़ेगा ही, चाहे तुम करो ना करो. तो वो कन्वेंशन हो गया, उस कन्वेंशन को तुम बदल नहीं सकते. ओके. which I am, this is exactly something the convention is exactly talking about. So conventional rights are supposed to be that rights where you have to follow it. Either you are interested, not interested, that's none of their business. You have to follow it by terms and conditions. Understood? So this is exactly coming under convention. Mhm. So social contracts. This is coming under dinner. No dinner. So now we are going to understand that at this stage, people begin to account for differing values, opinions, and beliefs of other people. So rules of laws are important for maintaining a society. Okay, so but members of the society should agree upon these statements. So universal principle we are going to study. Universal principle here is what? Sorry, I got too emotional. I hope you might have understood this part. We'll go for the next one. So universal principle, Kohlberg final universal. I'm well. We will follow this part. Now look here. So universal principle, Kohlberg final level of moral reasoning is based on universal ethical principle and abstract reasoning. At this stage, At this stage, people follow this internalized principle of justice, even if they conflict with laws and rules. So definitely, this will be called as universal principle. So universal principle, maybe it will not be a part of justice, but it will exactly be considered. So just you need to understand, like ki- now I told you now, like we offer animals for what you call for prayer or something. So understood. So definitely, what happened there is कि if you are actually not you are not actually ready for killing animals, but as a ritual you have to follow, then at that particular moment you have to give. So by law it is not there, but since it is a practice that is given one generation after other, so that is called as universal principle. I just gave one example for understanding. Okay, so people follow this internalized principle of justice even if they conflict with laws and rules. Understood? So once it has been formed, you are subjected to follow it. No matter it is good or bad, you have to. So criticism of Kohlberg's model theory. Now Kohlberg theory got criticized in many levels. So what in all criticism is the theory exactly faces? First is Kohlberg theory is concerned with moral thinking, but there is a big difference between knowing what we are out to do versus actual actions. Correct now, because many places where it is exactly clashing with the content. So it is like what we are knowing and what have to be followed. There is a very big difference in that. There is a very big difference in that. Okay, so this is the most important part. I hope you might have understood what. Okay, so this is the criticism part. Some rules are for one person, some rules are different. So all the times rules are different. Some rules are satisfied by the society, some rules are not. So it becomes the terms and conditions. I can't teach right now. I can talk afterwards. Okay. So this is exactly difference between knowing what we are out to do versus what is the actual action. So there are certain situations where people get terms to know that this is exactly morality. Okay. So when morality is there, like okay, so when morality is like that, you out to do some work. It may be good, it may be bad, but yes. So that section is exactly there. But criticism was pointed out that Kohlberg theory of moral judgment overemphasized the concept as judge when making moral choices. Yes, see, I told you now, like to save wife's life, the husband theft in the what you call the husband broke the what you call shop and took out the medicine. Maybe this may be a crime for everyone, okay, but for a section of people, those who know that life is more important than what you call money right now in that situation, that person will be judging and they will be saying that that is good only, okay. So he told what is the practical things to be done. It is getting what it is getting what you call criticized, okay, because people don't in society, you don't have the rights to speak what is good, what is bad. If you are a good person, you will be judged by your work, okay, no matter how much good work you are doing. Yeah, ask. Okay. So this is something. So criticism have pointed out that Kohlberg theory of moral development overemphasized the concept as judge when the making moral choices. Factors such as compassion, caring, and other interpersonal feelings may play an important part in moral reasoning. Yes, correct, Romina. If you are not having emotions for something, means you are not having any moral values. Because if you are seeing someone dying and you are just holding your hand and watching, that means you have not learned anything. That's the most crucial part of it. If you have that emotion that life is more precious, then it is. So this there are certain things, when somebody is in trouble, you are going out of your boundary, caring that person, you are understanding the feeling of some person, that also has something which has to be overplayed. You cannot be a machine most of the time. So individualist culture emphasizes personal rights, while what do you call collectivist culture stress the importance of society and community. So definitely, most of the time we give importance to society and community. Rather than that, we are not able to understand the judgmental part of it. Okay. So I hope you might have understood this one. So I'm going to keep it till here. I'm having another class. Okay. Just my leg was paining, so I went. After so long, I started taking online class and being a slow. Okay, bye bye.